Postmodern Blackness is an essay by cultural critic and writer Bell Hooks, first published in 1990. In the essay, Hooks explores the intersection of race, class, and gender in postmodernism, and critiques the ways in which blackness is often erased or marginalized in postmodern discourse. Hooks begins by situating postmodernism as a movement that emerged in response to the failures of modernism, which she defines as a belief in progress and the idea of an objective reality. She suggests that postmodernism is characterized by a rejection of these ideas, and instead emphasizes the subjective, the fragmented, and the contingent. However, Hooks argues that postmodernism has its own limitations and blind spots, particularly when it comes to issues of race and racism. She suggests that postmodernism tends to assume a universal subjectivity and ignores the ways in which race and racism shape individual experiences and perspectives. Hooks then turns her attention to the ways in which blackness is often erased or marginalized in postmodern discourse. She suggests that blackness is often viewed as a monolithic category, rather than a complex and diverse set of experiences and perspectives. She also argues that blackness is often seen as an object of study or analysis, rather than as a subject with its own agency and power. Hooks suggests that one of the ways in which blackness is marginalized in postmodern discourse is through a focus on difference that obscures the specific experiences and histories of black people. She argues that a focus on difference can be a way of avoiding the difficult and uncomfortable conversations that need to be had about race and racism. Hooks also critiques the way in which postmodernism often romanticizes and appropriates black culture, without fully engaging with the historical and political contexts in which that culture emerged. She suggests that this appropriation is a form of cultural imperialism, and that it reinforces the marginalization of black people in postmodern discourse. Hooks argues that one of the key ways to address these issues is through a recognition of the specificity and complexity of black experiences and perspectives. She suggests that this requires a willingness to engage with the difficult and uncomfortable realities of racism, and to challenge the universalizing and homogenizing tendencies of postmodernism. Hooks also suggests that black people themselves have a role to play in shaping postmodern discourse, by asserting their own agency and power and by refusing to be objectified or marginalized. She suggests that this can be done through cultural production, political activism, and other forms of resistance. In conclusion, Postmodern Blackness is a powerful and insightful essay that critiques the ways in which blackness is often erased or marginalized in postmodern discourse. Hooks argues that postmodernism has its own limitations and blind spots, particularly when it comes to issues of race and racism, and suggests that a recognition of the specificity and complexity of black experiences and perspectives is necessary to address these issues. The essay remains a powerful call to action for those seeking to challenge the marginalization of black people in cultural and political discourse.